Okay, is the presentation visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and I can go ahead, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Welcome all the students and candidates. I am Professor Swapnil Sharma, an assistant professor in the Department of Project and Construction Management here at MIT ADT University. Our college is MIT College of Management and Computer Applications. And this is an old program. This is a legacy program of ours, which is catering to construction industry professional needs for more than 1.5 decades now. And we have prepared construction management professionals, we have prepared BIM professionals, site professionals, and infrastructure professionals since last, I think, 16 to 17 years now. And today I'm here to talk about the question that lies in front of us, that what is the future of mother engineering branches or the traditional branches of construction and allied areas. Because whoever joins civil engineering program or whoever runs his or her family business here in this country always has a question, that always has an assumption that when they join a job, their job will be restricted to managing the labors, managing the materials on site, and managing the project timelines basically. So I'm here to tell you that construction management professionals are beyond that, and the journey that they are focusing into lies in multiple dimensions, not just on site, not just the project parameters of a residential project, not just the road construction inside the construction sector. It is much beyond that also. So to understand what a construction project manager does, we have to understand that in this question that you are able to see here, that who is a construction project manager, this is actually a two-part question. For the people who are new to this sector, please understand that these are two different terms. One is a project manager inside construction industry. For example, let me take a company like Tata. They will have a, a construction domain, right? And they will have a project manager inside that domain. And also they will have a construction manager in that domain. So these two terms are entirely different. One is construction manager, second is project manager. And this webinar will clear the guideline, clear the uh, basic assumptions that who are they and what do they do. All right, let us jump forward. So you have done civil engineering, or at least you know the basics of construction in this industry. Basically, what we do is we prepare structural drawings of a subject, we prepare architectural drawings, we prepare mechanical, electrical, plumbing drawings of a construction project. We sit through surveying before the construction, during the construction, and maybe in your regular site visits in your previous colleges, you know that what do we do on site. It is mainly checking how is beam laid, what are the basic formwork systems, what are the basic checks, how does concreting work, what are the normal quality tests that you conduct on site in different materials. The part that is missing here, the part that is missing in majority of the construction related curriculums in the graduate undergraduate level, is how does everything come together, whether it is site things, whether it is cost things, whether it is quality, whether it is what maximum to construct, where do we restrict ourselves from going beyond the construction scope, and how does it impact the project, how does it impact our organization, how does it overall impact our employees and the industry altogether. So to view this whole one project, for example, whether it is a simple one bungalow project or whether it is a multi-level apartment project, we have to emphasize that how does the business work, relating it to how does our project work, relating it to what do you do inside that project and what do you make other people's support in their jobs in that project. So it is a very structured approach in this very chaotic industry. Let us move forward. The things that you may know right now before even joining this sector in the higher levels is that everyone in this sector, when they join, they have a visit on site. We usually conduct it in the morning to check whether we have constructed the previous day what we were required to construct, and whether we are prepared to construct what is there in front of us. So we do have consultants drawing, whether it is architectural or structural, depending upon what we are going to construct. And we check with that drawing in our hand that जो भी layouts हैं drawing में, whether they are exactly replicated on site within the key tolerances. कॉलम जहाँ पर रहना चाहिए एज पर ड्राइंग वहाँ पर है या नहीं है. Whatever formwork is supposed to be there for the slab, for the beam, they are properly supported or not, they are leveled or not, the reinforcement that we lay down, it is properly binded, properly spaced, and of proper dimension and proper cleanliness or not. These are all the things that we check on the work that has already happened, and then we check that the required number of manpower, the required type of manpower is there or not, and whether they are having all their personal protective equipments geared up or not. So a person working on height, whether he has tied himself to a harness, a person working at the depth, whether he has taken necessary care for helmets, for example, a person working with chemical admixtures, whether he has taken the gloves, whether he has wore the gloves and the glasses or not. So all of this needs to be checked when we visit the site in the morning, so that the work never stops and the work before they are continued has all the quality checks and nothing is mistaken for anything. Then we rarely in Indian construction industry, whether or not you plan thoroughly, things rarely go as per the plan. So it is very important of you to check that all of the things are done or not, and very keep on all the checklists that you are having with respect to quality, with respect to plan, with respect to manpower, with respect to drawings, for example, that everything is going up until as per the plan or not. So this involves three, four things. One is what are we supposed to do? What were we supposed to do yesterday? Whether we got a chance to complete that or not. Second is what are we going to do today, so that we can check whether all the necessary resources are there or not, whether it is labor, material, machinery, the atmosphere is suitable or not. So what have we done? What are we supposed to do today? What are we supposed to complete this week so that we can plan ahead? And what milestone are we aiming to achieve the next? All of this is our plan and how do we handle it. So because various things come into sight in Indian constructions. For example, if you are operating in the month of May, you know that the labors in the month of June to September are not going to be available in the same quantity. Whether it is monsoon period, whether it is Diwali period, you have to plan your work accordingly. So if you are achieving a 20 days, if you are achieving a 15-day cycle in the month of January, you will not be achieving a 15-day cycle in the month of monsoon or around the period of Diwali or so. So you know that whether or not a resource is available, जब तक उसको काम करने का चांस नहीं मिलेगा तब तक वो काम नहीं कर सकता है. So it is no point to have an RMC truck ready for concreting before you have done the necessary quality checks for shuttering, centering, for reinforcement, for the cleanliness of all the site, for the setup of all the concrete pumping equipment. There is no point in that. So आपका जॉब साइट में सिर्फ इसका नहीं है कि आप देखो कि कंक्रीटिंग सही से हो रहा है या नहीं. Yes, it is there in the initial level when you join any construction industry, but as you move forward, you are also supposed to make sure that all of the resources come on site on the same time that they are required. So RMC truck is ordered not at the same time that we anticipate everything. It should reach on the site when all the things are ready on site, so that the work keeps moving. And then comes the paperwork, that all the people here should understand how important it is. And by paperwork, I understand it is very important to understand that it is not just the physical paper signing, entering data. It can be done with the help of an app. It can be done with the help of a software also, because the next thing that we are moving forward is systemization of this construction industry. Because अभी तक in majority of the sites काम व्हाट्सएप में चलता है, इंस्ट्रक्शंस वर्बली मिलते हैं, रिकॉर्ड फिजिकली स्टोर होता है. All of this is a waste of our efforts in terms of learning that we are supposed to have. So अगर यही सब चीज डिजिटलाइज हो जाए, so this will lead to us learning from our past mistakes and better positioning ourselves in the next projects. So अगर हमें पता होगा कि पिछले प्रोजेक्ट में हमने क्या क्या मिस्टेक किया था, so जो next project में we will make a better bid, and maybe possibly we will win that bid because of us quoting the lower prices, because we have learned from what were the wastages, and now we are catering to reducing those wastages, which is in turn lowering our costs. Whether it is wastage, whether it is optimum labor requirement, whether it is machinery optimization की कौन सी machinery, नया machinery तो नहीं लेना पड़ेगा, whether can we plan our work such that one machinery can be deployed in two similar or close by sites to reduce the cost. ये सब data paper work और the information management से हो सकता है. Okay, then comes the money. So if you are there on site, you should be able to see where your money is going, or at least if it is not your site, where the contractor's money, where the client's money is going. So there are a few simple things. One is material. जो कंक्रीट खरीदते हैं हम लोग, उसका पैसा जाता है. जो स्टील खरीदते हैं उसके पैसे जाते हैं. And whatever things that is consumed on site to build a site, that takes up money. Then there is our formwork system that takes up money. And ये सब figure out करना is very easy. But the next thing that you have to figure out is जितने लोग वहाँ पर काम कर रहे हैं, उनकी सैलरीज भी एक एक्सपेंडिचर है. जो इलेक्ट्रिसिटी कंज्यूम हो रही है वो भी एक एक्सपेंडिचर है. एंड जो वेंडर्स हमारे एसोसिएटेड हैं विच आर चार्जिंग फॉर टेस्टिंग एंड ऑल, वो भी एक एक्सपेंडिचर है. एंड देन कम्स द मार्जिन्स, द प्रॉफिट्स ऑफ डिफरेंट वेंडर्स विच इज एसोसिएटेड विद द मार्जिन ऑफ कॉन्ट्रैक्टर एंड देन consultant, and then maybe the client. So all of this cost has to be borne in mind, and this is just the beginning. Okay, the cost, as you know, keeps increasing. Initially, when the project starts, the cost is less because the activities are less. People are just mobilizing. The site is just mobilizing. As the construction progresses, the materials are consumed at a very fast rate. So then the cost also goes up. So पहले जहाँ पर मंथ में 2 लाख 3 लाख का बिल आ रहा था, वहां पर अभी हम लोग मे बी 20 लाख 25 lakhs का बिल देख रहे हैं at the proper execution stage, right at the heart of it. And that also recedes when the project ends, because जब project end होता है तो pace कम हो जाता है. Almost all the facilities are now built. अभी हम लोग बस finishing stage कर रहे हैं, which takes time, which takes cost, but not at the same rate. सो प्रोजेक्ट का कॉस्ट किस हिसाब से जाता है, कौन सा मटेरियल में सबसे ज़्यादा जाता है, वेदर योर कॉन्ट्रैक्टर्स एंड वेंडर्स आर गेटिंग देयर पेमेंट ऑन द राइट टाइम, and for that whether they are submitting the right bills, right proof or not, and for that whether they are performing the work at the same quality as required or not. All of this is required, and the sequencing of work also. सो आप चाहते हो कि आपका मंथली जो बिल है वो कम आए, एंड फॉर दैट यू डू नॉट वांट टू हैव ऑर्डर्ड द टाइल्स बिफोर द फ्लोरिंग इज फिनिश्ड. तो ये पहले से आपको पूरा प्लान आउट करना रहता है कि कौन सा मटेरियल आप कब ऑर्डर करोगे, सो दैट इट इज अराइव्ड ऑन साइट राइट ऑन द टाइम दैट इट कैन बी यूज्ड इमीडिएटली, नॉट वो आपके साइट में जगह स्टोर कर रहा है. एंड देन there is the leadership thing that is involved. So as much as you like, it is not just you working, it is people working alongside you, it is people working maybe under your position, and then there are people you are accountable for, and then they are accountable to someone else. So everybody has got their own work, whether it is contractor, consultants, architects, even the clients, and you have to guide everyone, and everyone responsible for your work also has to support you in their guidance. So all of this comes under construction project, a project manager's job, to lead the people, to guide the people, and whether they are able to do their job, to support them in doing their job, maybe provide them frequent trainings, different kinds of trainings are there, so that they deliver the client better. एंड कोई भी डिस्प्यूट ना हो काम में. डिस्प्यूट यूजुअली तब होता है जब आपको क्लाइंट से सीधा सीधा इंस्ट्रक्शन है दैट दिस इज व्हाट आई नीड टू बी बिल्ड. Following that instruction, the architect has given you the drawing that this is the thing that we are going to be built. And you as a contractor, or the contractor, whoever is there on site, is able to execute the same scope with the same cost anticipated or given or not. ज्यादा या कम तो नहीं लग रहा है, कम लग रहा है तो फिर देर द सोल्यूशन हैज टू बी जस्टिफाइड, ज्यादा लग रहा है तो फिर जो डिफरेंस है दैट हैज टू बी दैट हैज टू बी जस्टिफाइड. ओके. And then the almost the last thing is to see the bigger picture, that there are, as a company, for example, if Godrej is constructing their own residential society in Mumbai, you have to be cognizant that there are multiple professionals, there can be multiple machineries, there can be multiple resources, there can be multiple vendors who are working beyond one side. सो अगर आपके पास एक एक्सकेवेटर है, फॉर एग्जांपल जेसीबी जिसको हम लोग बोलते हैं कॉमन लैंग्वेज में, इफ यू हैव एन एक्सकेवेटर, you have to optimize your resource such that that machinery can be shared between the between the projects located geologically within close proximities to reduce your cost. So every project under your organization has to be tracked, has to be given uh, proper just proper time, and all the financial details of all the project has to be communicated to the buyers and all. So whether it is structural consultant, whether it is MEP consultant, whether it is landscaping architect, nobody works on a single project if they want to maximize their revenue, if they want to sustain in this market. So the project manager's job is keeping all of the stakeholders, whether they are internal stakeholders or external stakeholders, in sync within the project, so that they provide you the information on time and as you how you required, or how you required in the same way. Okay. So the journey here becomes such that when you join a site, whether it is as a civil engineer, whether it is a construction professional, or even when you join the site after doing your MBA in construction project management or MTech in construction management, it is 90% sure that you will land up in the first point that you are seeing here. Not in the same capacity as site engineer, but yes, having the same responsibilities of making sure the quality is safe, quality is achieved, making sure that the workers and professionals are safe, making sure that the materials arrive on time, and making sure that the materials are used properly on site. This will be your first job in most of the cases. Then you will move on to become a project manager who will take care, who will be there with the project starting from its inception phase. इंसेप्शन फेज मतलब जब वो प्रोजेक्ट के लिए आपकी कंपनी बिड करेगी. सो प्रिपरेशन ऑफ दैट बिड, रिसीविंग द ड्राइंग्स, रिसीविंग द स्कोप, प्रिपरेशन ऑफ द बिड डॉक्यूमेंट, फॉर्मुलेशन ऑफ द टीम की इस टीम में कौन कौन हमारे साथ काम करेगा, हमारी कंपनी में से कौन कौन से वेंडर से हम प्राइसेस लेंगे, हाउ डू वी शेड्यूल द प्रोजेक्ट. शेड्यूल द प्रोजेक्ट मतलब प्लान करना कि हम लोग अगर जून 2026 में स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं प्रोजेक्ट, तो हमें कितना टाइम कौन सा एक्टिविटी के लिए लगेगा, एंड फाइनली हाउ मच इज द टाइम वी विल रिक्वायर टू फिनिश ऑफ विद दैट प्रोजेक्ट, हाउ मच कॉस्ट वी विल इनकर, व्हाट आर द कॉन्ट्रैक्टर्स एंड सब कॉन्ट्रैक्टर नेटवर्क दैट वी आर एमिंग फॉर, कौन कौन से इसमें काम आ सकते हैं, जो हमारे लोकल कॉन्टैक्ट्स हैं या फिर जो दूसरे रीजन से हमें मंगवाने पड़ सकते हैं मटेरियल और रिसोर्स जो भी है. And then when you succeed at this level, when you have enough experience at this level, you move into the program or the portfolio area, where you are not just managing one project, you are managing multiple projects within the same domain. And then when you are successful in managing multiple projects of the same nature in the same domain, then you move on to another higher stage, where you command different portfolios. That is at the MD level, or that is at the GM level, where you are in charge of multiple sectors. For example, you are managing a residential sector also, you are managing industrial sector also, you are managing infrastructure sector also, in some capacity, not as a lead owner or that. So our MTech in construction management students and the MBA in project and construction management students are built to take exactly through this, from reading a side drawing to reading the whole portfolio of the company. All of this is that we incur. So in Pune, around Pune and across India also, now the construction sector is again booming. You are seeing the emergence of different special economic zones, whether it is Hinjewadi or Kharadi, whether it is Wakad, whether it is Hyderabad, whether it is Bangalore, whether it is Indore, for example. So you are seeing the emergence of all these sectors, making sure that the demand of construction professionals is very high. And most importantly, the demand of skilled professionals is very high. Not just the professionals who are graduating out of civil engineer. There is a need, there is a hollow gap. There was a time there was a time a few years ago when the demand of construction industry, where the civil engineering programs, for example, were closing down in the prominent universities. Such is not the case now. We are seeing a boom, and we will see a boom, because this is only one of the few sectors in India जिसमें experience matters, जिसमें artificial intelligence will come into picture, but it will be very limited in the use case. जिसमें आपको भले आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस को प्रोजेक्ट के कंपोनेंट्स एनालाइज करने की कैपेबिलिटी मिल सकती है, बट the entities which make the project physically successful on ground will be humans, aided by obviously information modeling tools and artificial intelligence. So you have a very good time to enter this industry. And what good after civil engineering to do an MBA or an MTech in construction management area. So let me show you one other presentation. Okay. MIT ADT University is one university which has a name of its own in the Maharashtra and the private education sector. It was established in 1983. So more than 43 years has gone since the inception of MIT. And let me tell you one very straightforward thing, that the name is Maharashtra Institute of Technology. That means it was started and it grew as an institute of technology, in short, an engineering institute, and it still does. So one campus within the MIT group of institutions is MIT ADT University, which is situated in Pune. We have a very lush green campus of 120-130 acres, and we have different kinds of programs, be it engineering, computing, artificial intelligence, Vedic science, architecture, fine arts, law, management, civil services, for example. All of these sectors are there in this university, and it is a NAC A grade university, conceptualized by our revered father founder, Dr. Vishwanath D. Karad, who is still not a businessman as he considers. He is and has been a teacher all his life. He is still a teacher. And Dr. Mangesh Karad sir is our executive president. So here, as you see, MIT College of Management is one such institute inside the premises of MIT ADT University, which is there uh, in the form of this building, as you see. This is just one of the building that we have in this 130 acres of oddly 130 acres of this campus. led by our eminent Executive Director, Professor Dr. Sunita M. Karad ma'am. Under her leadership is that this school is thriving for so many decades now. And we have MBA in Project and Construction Management and MTech in Construction Management, a full-time 2 years program with an exceptional curriculum. And एक unique advantage है with the type of industrial or field exposure that we give our students. As you can see here, the MBA PCM, as we rightly call it, we shortly call it, MBA PCM students are there in our campus for 3 semesters, and the last semester completely is a 6 months internship program. So we do not have a summer internship of 2 months where the students accommodate themselves on site for 15-20 days and start leaving for this from the site immediately after working for 1 month, and they get to learn very seldomly less. And our MTech Construction Management program is even, it moves beyond that. We have 2 semesters on campus, and the next 2 semesters complete 1 year internship program, paid internship through college for both the programs. And it has been a journey from 2007, where we started off in the home campus of MIT, and we are now moving towards, we have now settled in the new campus of MIT ADT University. So MBA in Project and Construction Management, as you can see, this is the semester 1 and semester 2 syllabus, where if you see very carefully, there's a subject called as Fieldwork 1 in semester 1 and Fieldwork 2 in semester 2. This is the subject that in the curriculum as per its course structure, where the students 2 days a week are supposed to be on site completely for 6 to 7 hours every week in the semester 1 and 2. So that means that if the college operates from Monday to Friday, 5 days, of these 5 days, 2 days, the student will be on site, and the rest 3 days, the student will be learning different courses other than fieldwork. Sorry. So these courses involve theoretical courses in general management area, theoretical courses in construction management area, lab courses in general management, and practical courses, lab courses in software-based courses in construction management. So you get to learn softwares like Microsoft Project, you get to learn softwares like Oracle Primavera, including building information modeling courses with softwares like Autodesk Revit, Autodesk Navisworks, and coding softwares. Also, you get to learn how to do research, you get to learn how to do estimation, quantity surveying, and you get to learn how the construction is advancing in terms of different methods and technologies. How is a tender and contract taken into construction, and how is overall construction management sector is there. Overall construction management is taken. Semester 3 introduces you to Fieldwork 3 again in the same format, plus risk management. How is the real estate project developed? How is the infrastructure project developed? And then there are research-based subjects such as seminar and report writing. With moving on to semester 4, that is completely on-site training with a research paper publication mandatory for all of our students in the same areas. These are our value-added courses for the MBA students. जिसके लिए जो eligibility है, that is not just civil engineering, they can be of any graduate level. They are mandatory. There's AutoCAD lab, there is advanced Excel, there's business communication, aptitude training, environmental social governance, fire safety management. And for MBA PCM, these are our highlights. It is a completely UGC approved course, 2 days a week, a complete site exposure through fieldwork, mandatory 6 months of internship, various softwares like MSP, Primavera, building information modeling, Navisworks and Revit, exactly. Excel and advanced Excel, all of these softwares are taken. Extensive industry visits are there, extensive events are there, whether it is co-curricular, whether it is extracurricular. Eligibility of the MBA PCM program is that you have to have an undergraduate degree in any discipline with a minimum of 50% marks from a recognized university. And then you have to give any of the central level entrance examinations such as CAT, MAT, ZAT, ATMA, or if you have not given MHCT, for example. And if you have not given, there is a para-CT examination which is conducted by 20 or different universities inside Maharashtra. So it is not mandatory to just be a civil engineer to be eligible for this MBA CPM program. That is, however, eligibility for our MTech Construction Management program. where the curriculum is more or less the same in the first year, where they also have a fieldwork of 1 and 2 in the same manner. They have a slight different spice added to the same syllabus, with estimation tendering, with project resource management, with disruptive technology in construction industry, with infrastructure project development. And semester 3 and 4, as I've already detailed out, is a complete 1 year internship, paid internship program from the campus. So this highlights is more or less the same, except that they have a 2 year as a 2 semester internship program, and the eligibility changes such that only civil engineering or civil technology graduates are eligible for this MTech program, with a minimum of 50% criteria marks, and they have to have appeared in GATE, MHCT, or ParaCT exam. No CAT, MAT, or SAT for management program. We have extensive site visits in modern technologies premises within Pune and outside of Pune also. And more or less the placements is achieved 100%, sometimes more also. So majority of our candidates, majority of our students in MBA PCM join the real estate and infrastructure sector. Majority of our MTech students join infrastructure and real estate sector in that order. So these are all the sectors that the presence is there for the demand of construction management professionals, starting with residential and commercial, moving to infrastructure, moving to industrial, and then moving to maybe marine ports and oil and gas sectors. And of course, for those of you who want to join different sectors, a consultancy, whether it is project management, consultancy, cost management, safety, environmental consultancies, or you want to move into different government sectors, that avenue is also there. This is a very important slide that many of the construction industry professionals who are early in graduating miss out on. It is not just building sector what you join. There is one contractor who builds the building on site. There is one client whose project it is, who will make benefits out of the constructed projects and out of selling out all the project. And then in between these two, there is a consultant who consults the client and make sure that the contractor is achieving quality within the time and cost that was agreed. So these are primarily three different stakeholders, and they are there in real estate domain, infrastructure domains, and government domain, and separately. And inside these three stakeholders, they have their own execution team, purchase, quality, estimation, planning, tendering, and all different teams. So when you start working, it is highly possible that you join first of all the contractor and then move up the ladder to a consultant and then maybe the client. But there's no standard way. If you aim that, if you are lucky enough, you can have all the three, you can have any of the three actually. Okay, this is the ladder in India where you will not be starting in the junior engineer level after B. When you complete this MBA or MTech program, you will be directly entering as in most organizations at postgraduate training or management training in different areas. Then moving on to become an assistant manager or the manager or senior engineer. So this is all of the things that our wonderful students have said about this. We have students working in Godrej, Nafi, Raheja, and different companies across India. And we have multiple placements, opportunities, and collaborations also. The highest package that we have given, I'll not talk about the highest package which we have given in the last 10 years or so. I'll just be focusing more on the type of projects and type of companies that we put our kids into. Afcons is one of our good recruiters. Then there is Turner and Townsend. Then there is K Raheja, Rohan Builders, Suroj Buildcon, and many other organizations within Pune and outside Pune also. So we have collaborations with these companies. Godrej also is one of them. So we welcome all the students into exploring this construction industry, construction programs with an established institute such as MIT College of Management inside MIT ADT University, where we not just train you to be eligible or to be employable enough for a job. We train you to succeed in that job, to become a senior level manager or lead that company forward into business growth and overall growth of the sector in whichever sector that you enter. So if you have any questions, please comment here, or you can reach out to me also. My name is again Professor Swapnil Sharma, an assistant professor in Department of Project and Construction Management at MIT College of Management and Computer Applications inside MIT ADT University, Pune. Okay, this is the last thing that I will leave you with. This is just some of our wonderful campus. The dome that you see here is world's biggest dome and it has been built within the guidelines, within the architectural design of our revered founder sir. We have all the facilities that you can imagine. We have all the sports facilities. We have all the cultural facilities, multiple playgrounds, different for football. We have swimming. We have archery. We have shooting. We have badminton, table tennis, volleyball, kho, basketball, lawn tennis, every kind of activity. And also we have different kinds of institute. We have a huge hostel network also within the campus and outside the campus. We have a riverside campus, as you can see here. All of that you can see is our campus only. Whichever building that you are seeing, it is our camp. It is the building of our university of different colleges, because there are 17 to 18 different colleges operating within this university. The names that I mentioned: Vedic Science, Architecture, Management, Engineering, Marine Technology, Design College, and all that. So we wait to welcome you in this campus and pursue this construction management program with us, supported by us, for your growth and for the sector's growth. Thank you all. And if you have any questions, you can comment and we'll try to answer that.